This song right here, Imagine Dragons.
Kids were laughing in my classes while I was
Just talking about the foyer, and I was lightning before the thunder. Just take it easy in the backseat. I have a story about this song. It's something that people are not going to want to hear. I was working at the post office in Tip City, and there was a girl, Mandy, and she wore cat eye contacts. She was one of the clerks. I even worked with her in the middle of the night to put the flats out for the post office, the magazines. We had to sort and do a loader sort. They took all that out, but she chose her number. Her phone number was 666 something. She's like, oh yeah, I chose it. And she also had a yard sale, and she made like a ton of money. And she said she did a witchcraft spell so that I wouldn't make any money. There was 3 of us, and she made the most money. She's like, oh, I put a spell on the yard sale. I was like, what? And I didn't even believe in all that stuff. I always like turn my cheek on this stuff. We are around these people all the time. They're everywhere now. I can't believe they even let her work at the post office. She worked there for a very long time before she moved to Fairborn, but they pushed me out of the post office. It reminds me of the movie Men in Black, where he has the click thing. They make you, it's called Lest You Forget. They know how to make us forget our thoughts, the people that do this stuff. But me and Mandy, we walked out side one day together. She drove a Mustang. It was convertible, and she thought she was better than me, I guess. I don't know what she was doing. I think she named her daughter Tabitha after Bewitched, to let everybody know that she was a Satan worshiper. They call it witchcraft, but it's Satan worshiping, and that they actually do hurt people. We walked out in the foyer of the post office, and she said a cuss word, and there was a crack in the ground like thunder. And it scared the crap out of me. I looked at her. I'm like, oh my gosh, did you hear that? And she's like, she looked down at the ground. She's like, yes. And she goes, I'm Mandy. And my thought was, she's Mandy, like Barry Manilow's song Mandy. Like I said, I'm about all the music. But it was kind of like a second thought that I had, that she said her name was Mandy. Well, then this song reminds me of this person that I met. I shouldn't have never met this person. Somebody had took me to the house. I guess the people wanted to meet me, not knowing that they were evil, because my friend was not evil. Her best friend was Phil. And when I went in the house to meet these people, this was later. When I worked at the post office, that happened about around 2003 when my friend had passed away. I didn't know I was being followed yet, but a lot of things were happening to me in those days. But later, about 2011, I'm guessing on the year, I was taken to this house, and I felt like I was in a wicked game. I felt like I was in a magic game, like the Xbox magic games. Like a real life one. I didn't know that these people were evil yet. Well, the lady had gotten mad, and she goes, people are going to honor you. Something. I can't remember everything she said, and she goes, do you think that you're Mother Mary? And I thought, oh my gosh. She started screaming. She's like, I am. And she took me in the kitchen, and she had this little Bobby flower, like bobblehead flower in a window, and she had a picture of Mother Mary. She's like, see, I look just like her. And I thought, oh my gosh, this lady's off her rocker, you know, like she was nuts. And then the guy sat down and talked to me, and he started talking about, he said his name was Glenn, and he said he was Jesus. And I never thought about him being a cult yet until later, a couple years later. I found out they were part of a cult. He started saying that one of my daughters was supposed to be born first, and I can't remember everything he said, but I can probably remember someday and put it in a video. But there was a guy, like he said his name was Glenn, and he was Jesus, and she was supposed to be Mother Mary. Well, the guy was Phil Collins. And he told me when I first met him that he was, that he had plastic surgery. But it didn't dawn on me, like today is 2018. That was 2011. So he told me he had plastic surgery done. He got ran over or something. I don't know what he did. But I found out later on that they were into all this magic voodoo stuff. And I put it together later that he was Phil Collins, like an innuendo name for, so I don't know his real name, for Genesis, the group Genesis. And what these people have done that I think they did is they peered, so however they spy, like I've said in the other videos, they spy, they look into your soul, they see the light or something in our souls, and they can find out who the divine association is. Well, I think that they did that, and they shouldn't have never went there, but they thought they like what they do. So I don't know how to say this. They like what they do, and then they ended up hurting us. But like I said, the Wicca had grown in another video. The Wicca had grown, so these people are delving into some place they should have never delved. And it became a war. And I think this is one of the, he's younger, but they formed one of their little groups of circles that I will talk about later. But the lightning, I think, in the song represents the Passion of the Christ, where the lightning hit Jesus. I think they got mad because they know how to do something really weird, like the Chris Angel, David Copperfield, illusionist magic stuff. When my friend had passed away in 2003, there was some thunder going on under the ground. Like the ground would crack when my daughter was doing cheers on her bicycle. The ground would crack, and I got scared. And I didn't know what was going on. I knew people were doing it, but I didn't know it was magic. I didn't know what was going on, really. And like there was ghosts following us in the house. There was a girl running around my house as a ghost that looked like the Grudge Girl. It was very scary for me. My daughters had seen it, I think, a couple of times. But these are real people doing this stuff. I don't know what they're doing, but I just wanted to put my thoughts out about that song, Imagine Dragons. So I don't know if they got busted yet. I think they might have, because I haven't talked to anybody professional about this, about if they busted them, or because I've been screaming to the cops and pastors and everything about what they're doing to my life. They're playing with an old woman that has been following me since I was a kid, and I think she represents the Wizard of Oz, the Wicked Witch of the West. I think they put her in, like I don't know how to explain everything, like the Gypsy, Fleetwood Mac. These people are into evil witchcraft, and they're playing with the souls. I don't think they believe in God. I don't think they believe that there's, I don't know what they believe. I know they play around with Zeus, like it's imagination game. That it's stupid. On real people alive today. I can't explain anymore until I know more, but I did study. I had to study the movies and the music for all this stuff. But it's weird. People are doing this in today's world, like ICP, Marilyn Manson, all the bad people like that it's a cult that flooded into Hollywood so they could get rich, I guess. I don't know.